Ever since men awed in wonder at the might and vibrance of lightning, we have always wanted to harness its power, to know its source so as to replicate it, control it, and transform it to then transform the world in more ways than what even the forefathers ever thought possible. For what made the modern world what it is now, or what transformed the archaic to the modern, in one word, has but one answer: electricity. In 1821, Michael Faraday invents the first electric motor and sets into motion the flywheel of absolute transformation. The Industrial Revolution from the late 18th century was transforming society from its agrarian roots to a machine-based juggernaut, with its influence spreading from Great Britain outwards globally. This expansion shifted gear from innovation in textiles, iron, and the use of coal and steam power till the 19th century to steel, electricity, and automobiles in the late 1900s. This shift in the landscape was so radical that as steam and coal-powered rail locomotives made vast expanses reachable, the ever-growing need to move around in the then ever-expanding, segregated urban blocks in something small as horses and buggies, but faster, led to the invention of the first EV. To start at the precipice of where it all began, enter the English scientist and inventor of the first electromagnet, William Sturgeon, who then created the first DC motor in 1832 that could power machinery using basic electromagnetic principles. This led to the yet unseen automation of industrial machines. Following Sturgeon, an American blacksmith and inventor, Thomas Davenport, and his wife Emily built the first commutator brushed DC motor, later patented in 1837, that influenced early electric vehicles, with Davenport even building a small electric car model. Due to the lack of innovation in battery technology at the time, as the then available primary batteries, as the name suggests, were basic alkaline, non-rechargeable, single-use batteries, the poor people went bankrupt. Several inventors followed Sturgeon in the development of DC motors as the Davenports, but all encountered the same battery cost issues. As no electricity distribution system was available at the time, no practical commercial market emerged for these motors. After many more or less successful attempts with relatively weak rotating and reciprocating apparatus, a German-Russian scientist, Moritz von Jacobi, created the first real, useful rotating electric motor in May 1834. It developed remarkable mechanical output power. His motor set a world record, which Jacobi improved 4 years later in September 1838. His second motor was powerful enough to drive an electric boat with 14 people across a wide river. Then in 1850, Annio Jedlik built a model electric vehicle using a DC motor and commutator, experimenting with speed controls for useful work. Although he started with miniature cars all the way back in 1827 and should have gotten credit for creating the first electric car even before the Davenports. Even through all these innovations in motor technology, one thing eluded and held back the commercialization of EVs, which was rechargeable batteries. Then in 1858, the lead-acid battery was invented by the French physicist Gaston Plante, a breakthrough that allowed for recharging by reversing the current, unlike earlier single-use batteries. This fundamental design, using lead plates and sulfuric acid, is still the basis for batteries in cars today, though advancements led to other rechargeable types like nickel-cadmium in 1899 and modern lithium-ion batteries. This breakthrough enabled practical onboard energy storage, paving the way for viable electric propulsion, and thus began the early era of practical EVs in the late 1880s and 1890s. In 1880, a French electrical engineer, Gustave Trouvé, demonstrated the world's first electric car, which was a tricycle powered by lead-acid batteries in Paris, reaching 11 miles an hour. By the 1890s, EVs gained traction with William Morrison's 1896 passenger wagon in the US and Thomas Parker's electric cars in the UK. In 1899, lead-acid-powered La Zema Countach became the first vehicle to exceed 100 kilometers an hour. The first practical AC induction motor was then invented by none other than Nikola Tesla in 1887, based on his concept of a rotating magnetic field, leading to his famous patents and subsequent sale to Westinghouse, making AC power transmission and industrial use economically viable and revolutionizing electrical systems. While Galileo Ferrari demonstrated a model earlier in 1885 and Oliver Dabrowski developed the three-phase version, Tesla's polyphase motor became the fundamental design for modern AC motors. While Tesla never mass-produced cars, his concept of remote control using radio waves, invention of the polyphase AC induction motor, which powers even the modern EVs, and his pioneering work in wireless power transmission, which envisioned energy drawn from the environment, influencing EV charging concepts, and self-charging vehicles using Earth's natural energy, foreshadowed modern EV technology, inspiring pioneer companies like Tesla. By 1900, EVs accounted for about 38% of the US vehicles, favored for their quiet operation, no hand cranking, with models like the Baker Electric and Detroit Electric being popular among the urban elites. Then the world changed forever when Nikola Tesla designed the first large-scale hydroelectric power plant at Niagara Falls, utilizing his alternating current system to transmit electricity to Buffalo, New York in 1896, marking a pivotal moment in electrical history and powering the world's first major AC system, a feat involving giant turbines, generators, and high-voltage transmission. This opened the floodgates to general electrification, once thought impossible due to the generation and transmission constraints of DC power. Then, in a span of a century, most of the world had the power of gods. Electricity, once thought magic, powering all sorts of appliances and machinery at a scale never before seen. Homes changed, industries changed, and as a whole economies, countries, and landscapes changed. And the earth truly started being terraformed to suit the new ways of human life. Enter gasoline. Gasoline was first refined as a byproduct of making kerosene in the mid-1800s, with early refineries appearing in Poland and Romania around 1856 and the US in the 1860s. But it was largely discarded until the invention of the automobile in 1892, which created demand, leading to its commercial use and increased production through processes like cracking in the late 19th and the early 20th century. While the EV revolution aided by Tesla's AC induction motor was going on with battery range and charging infrastructure being the setbacks, in the backstages propelled by the need to dominate long-distance refuelable transportation came the first practical gasoline-powered automobile from the German engineer Carl Benz, who built the three-wheeled Benz patent motor wagon in 1885, marking the birth of the modern car as a self-propelled vehicle designed around an internal combustion engine. The first successful gasoline-powered car in America was built by brothers Charles and Frank Duryea in 1893, but they wouldn't become mainstream till Henry Ford's affordable Model T in 1908. With cheap gasoline, improved roads, favoring long-range internal combustion engines, and Charles Kettering's electric starter for ICE cars, production shifted to ICE and EVs nearly vanished by the 1930s, though some persisted in niche uses like milk floats in the UK. Then from 1908 to 1970, the number of internal combustion engine vehicles skyrocketed, with demand going through the roof for different variants and sizes that internal combustion engines could offer due to not having the constraints on fueling as with EVs all through the world wars and beyond. This left battery vehicles in the dust due to their lack of funding for research and development into more solid, lightweight, and charge-dense batteries and charging infrastructure. In total, from 1908 till 1970s, anywhere from 10,000 to 30,000 individual models and over 400 million internal combustion cars were made, which then ballooned to 1.45 billion by the early 2000s, employing over 2 million people across the planet in its core operations. The 1970s oil crisis spurred interest back into the need for non-oil-based transportation. In 1990, California mandated zero-emission vehicles, leading to GM's EV1, initially with lead-acid, then nickel metal hydride batteries, thus growing from a range of 60 miles to 150. Toyota Prius hybrid in 1997 then bridged the gap between gas and electric using nickel metal hydride to combine electric and gas power for the first time. The game changer arrived with lithium-ion batteries in late 2000s, offering 2 to 3 times higher energy density than nickel metal hydride, lighter weight, and longer life. This enabled highway-capable EVs with 200 plus miles of range. Then the Tesla Roadster in 2008 pioneered lithium-ion in a sports car, achieving 200 plus miles of range. Nissan Leaf in 2010 mass-marketed affordable EVs. By the 2010s, EVs grew with government incentives, falling battery costs from $1,000 per kilowatt hour in 2010 to under $100 per kilowatt hour in 2020. And models like the Tesla Model S in 2012 took the game mass market and across continents. By 2026, EVs now comprise over 20% of global new car sales, driven by climate goals, infrastructure growth, and tech advances like faster charging and autonomous features. Batteries evolved to include lithium iron phosphate or LFP for safety and cost, while solid-state prototypes promise higher density. Motors evolved to have higher efficiency like the AC induction, a Nikola Tesla variant, and permanent magnet synchronous motors, common today, achieving 90 to 95% efficiency with instant torque and regenerative braking. The shift in landscape began towards mass-market EVs that already rival and surpass all gas cars in efficiency and performance started with Tesla Incorporated in 2008, with Tesla's key advancements in battery and motor technology, which still remain a benchmark across the world. Tesla pioneered premium, high-performance EVs and vertically integrated battery tech with custom cylindrical cells such as the 18650, which then was refined to the 2170s and the 4680 formats with Panasonic, LG, and in-house production in gigafactories with focus on high nickel chemistries for density plus structural packs, that is battery as the base chassis for higher efficiency and weight savings. Tesla then pushed range from the 200s to over 400 in the Tesla Model S long range with fast charging with the supercharging network and over-the-air software, firmware, and BMS updates for longevity. In motor technology, Tesla pioneered AC induction motors with higher power and no rare earth magnets, later adding permanent magnet motors for efficiency. Plaid models delivered extreme performance 0 to 60 in less than 2 seconds via the tri-motor setups. Tesla's vertical integration and software, including BMS and autonomy, set industry benchmarks, though the Chinese competitors have closed the gap in cost and scale. China now controls over 70% of the global EV battery production, led by CATL, world's largest, followed by BYD. They drove mass adoption through affordable, high volume, and low-cost EVs. Battery breakthroughs like scaled LFP offer low cost with super high longevity, anywhere from 3,000 to as high as 10,000 cycles, which equates to over 30 to 50 years of real-world battery reusability. BYD's Blade battery, which is compact and puncture-resistant, powers affordable EV models. CATL's Shenzhen battery, made production capable in 2025, enables now 5-minute charges, adding close to 320 miles of range, rivaling the speeds of gas refueling. The Chinese have now shifted gear to even more viable forms of batteries with sodium-ion for cheaper, cold-resistant operation and semi-solid-state advancements to push density and safety further than ever before. They are at the verge of cracking the formula finally to make them as high density or more than the industry standard lithium-ion. This would then open the floodgates to mass battery production without the need for lithium mining. In motors and systems, efficient permanent magnet motors, 800-volt architecture for ultra-fast charging, and integrated platforms for cost reduction are aces in the hole for the Chinese manufacturers. BYD overtook Tesla as the top BEV seller in 2025, with close to 2.25 million pure EVs sold versus Tesla's 1.65 million. Chinese firms lead in LFP refinement, sodium-ion commercialization, and extreme fast charging, making EVs cheaper and more practical globally. Today, in early 2026, EVs are mainstream thanks to lithium-ion dominance, with China and Tesla driving the frontier towards solid-state, sodium-ion, and beyond, promising 500 plus miles of range, 5 to 10 minute charging, and cost parity with gasoline cars. At this crossroad of ever-changing global climatic turbulence, the need for EVs and renewable sources of transportation and power cannot in any way be understated. The shift from niche curiosity to global transportation staple has been powered by relentless battery and motor evolution, which all began with that one spark of lightning that changed the world.